we can say that the agriculture is one of the strongest sector of the Indian economy. And here you can see that the various type of the chart of the Indian country, and I have already display here the various type of the crops are already which type of the crops are farmers are doing on the plowing on the various type of the state. So you can see here the rice, wheat, jawar, bajra, etc. And India is exporting the agriculture product like tea, coffee, rice, cotton, etc. So we can say that the one of the largest economical field, that is the agriculture sector. So basically I'm moving to the our next slides. So these are some overview of the agriculture field. I'm taking this data from the government of India side. So the 6% of the national populations and the 4% of the land area are using for the agriculture sectors. And out of the 92% of the farmers has a 61% of the lands they are using for the plowing and use for the agriculture. And total the rainfall during the annually, so there is a 1200 millimeters are rainfall across the India. And we can say that the gross crop area is every year it will be decreases. You can say that you can see the data on the PPT in 1990 and 1991. So we have a total 66.32 lakhs hectare area for the agriculture land. And this is the last year 2 years data. So in 2018 and 19 we have only 58.19 lakhs hectare area for the agriculture field. So total net crop area is from 50 it will be also decreases from 55.78 lakhs hectare to the 49.86 lakhs hectares. And every year is also the cropping intensity is also decreases from 122 percentage to the 188 percentage. And irrigation system is also decreases from 1.22 to 1.19. So we can say that this is a totally farming system, how the farmer will do throughout the year. So this is a farming system. First of all, the farmers are plowing the any crops and plowing any seeds. And then they are using some of the machineries to plow the his or her farm, and they are feeding the seeds into the farms. And also they are using some type of the chemicals. And throughout the 2 or 3 months of the process they are watering of their farms. And basically after 4, 5 or 6 months they are get the results in the form of the crops, so various type of the crops. So these are the total process of the farming process. So this process is usually for or normally 7 to 8 months of the process. And various type of the factors are also affected on the farming system. So I am just dividing in the two parts. So one is the human input, so how the human are affected, or how the human are do the input put their input on the farming process, and how the physical parameters are affected on the farming system. So first of first of all, I am discussing on the physical inputs. So these are the naturally input, but they are not in our hand. So the sun rays are also coming to the farming place, but we cannot interfere in the sun rays naturally in the sun rays. But artificially we can do our or we can capture the sun rays into the some system, and then we can pass it to the some other system, or we can develop the greenhouse type of the systems, and we can do the farming at our places. But naturally we cannot control on the sun rays. Same things for the temperatures, we cannot control the natural temperatures. In the winter season the temperature is up to at some places, or at some state of the India, so the temperature is minus 10 to 15 degree, or at the some places the temperature will be the 40 or 45 above the 45 degrees, and the normal temperature is 30 or 35-degree temperature is across the India. But we cannot control that natural temperature, but we can control the temperature through the greenhouse effect. So this can this parameters is also affecting on the farming parameters. Soils we cannot control on the natural soils. At we can say that in some of the states the soils are basically some powerful. So at some places we can plow some type of the seeds. I'm taking some examples like in UP, or in the UP we can found that sugar cane and wheat are the producing of the wheats and sugar cane are production is larger. In Assam the tea production is larger. So there are, so it's depend on the soils. So we cannot control the natural soils, but we can control the soils based on the external chemicals. We can also feed the external chemicals on the our soils or our land, and then we can do the farming as per our requirement. So but naturally soils we cannot control on that parameters. Rainfall is also one of the parameters. You can take the example of the Rajasthan state and the Assam state. In Rajasthan, sometimes the rainfall are doing on twice or once in a, or some of the seasons the rainfall is not doing, and in some we can say that the rainfall is larger than compared to the other states. So we cannot control on the rainfall. So these are the physical parameter or natural parameters. They are affecting on the farming. We cannot control them naturally, but we can control them artificially or through the sensors, or we can control them through the actuators or through the robotic system. So after completion of the theoretical portions, I can do some type of the hands-on experiment here at my places remotely, and also you can do that particular thing on the Tinkercad or some other simulations like Proteus or Proteus or Arduino simulations. So these are the human parameters, how the humans are doing put their input on the farming systems. So first of all, the storage capacity. So I am also explaining you the rainfall is natural rainfall is coming on the 3 or 4 months of the seasons, but we have to watering our plant on a regular basis and throughout the year. So we have to do the large storage capacity or the enough capacity of the water, or we can control the waters through the automations or through the control systems. We can do the machinery type of the system. So we can plant or we can plow our plant through the automations, or we can we can do the chemical process through the automation system. So we can include the machinery system into the farming system. So these are the parameters which are affecting on the farming system. So I have also explained you these are the natural and human effects are, or human parameters are affecting on the farming system, but there are also some other parameters or other factors are also affecting on the farming system. So these are I have also shown in the figures. Some cattle or some cow are entering into the farming, and they are just feed the what you have planted on your farm. And sheep are also affecting. Some type of the mosquitoes are also the affecting factors. They are also harm. They are some of the insects are also harmful for our farming. So we can overcome these parameters, or we can overcome this affecting factor through the automations as well as through the our controller or the robotic systems. So these are some of the figures which I have kept from the Government of India website. So I'm not going through in the detail, but you can see the number of the crops, rice, pulses, and in the right hand side of the tables you can see the how the productions of the particular crops are doing in the India. So these are the some just figures are there. So what are the challenges are in the agriculture system? So first of all, the affecting parameters is there, or the challenges are the high pressure on the land due to the urbanizations and the industrials resulting. So the human mind is set on the, we are developing the cities, or we are developing or planted our industries on the land areas, and we are also planting the our gardening system, or some of the enjoyment systems are all, we are also planting or developing on the lands area. So these are affecting on our reduction of the cropping area, and every year our production of the crops is are decreasing. So I have already shown the number of the numbers, I have already shown. So in 1991 we have 66.31 lakhs hectare area for the farming, but in 2018 and 19 we have only 58.9 lakhs hectare area for the farming system. So these are the biggest challenge we are facing in the current scenario. So second parameters is the marginalization of the land holding, and declination of the farming size of or the income. And the third parameter is the soil health. Every year the health of the your land or the your source is decreasing, so we have to implement externally chemical process, or we have to feed the chemicals, external chemicals to our farm. So these are the biggest challenge, or we are facing this challenge in the agriculture field. Fourth parameter is the rainfall. Due to some global warming and some natural parameter, or some pollution types, so the rainfalls are also every year the rainfall is decreasing, and some of the chemicals, some like carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide are also affecting our on the crops or our farming system. And water resources is also insufficient in our farming system. Some of the states we have a less number of the water supply, so these are also affecting on our productions of the crops. So these are the biggest challenge we are facing. These are some financial data, what financial data we are facing in the, we are facing in the input type of the cost or the public sectors, public investment in the agriculture fields, incomplete of the adoption of the localizations or specific cropping systems, poor adoptions of the improved crop management and paradise. And the biggest challenge is that we are not using the technology in the agriculture field. This is our biggest. We are doing some large number of the research in the others area, but our scientists are now doing the research in the agriculture area. So we are also now we are aware about the technology, and we are also implementing the recent technology in the agriculture field. But India is still behind compared to the other countries. So we have to implement our technology into the agriculture system. So how we can overcome these challenges through the, we are not change our the physical parameters, or because they are not in our hand, but technology is our hand. So how we can implement the technology in the agriculture or our farming system. So these are the thrust area, how we are do our contribution in the farming system or the agriculture field. We can use, or we can improve the soil's health artificially, or we can check the our soil health through the number of the sensors are also available in the market. So we can regularly test our soils through the automations or through the robotic systems. And based on the soil systems, we are enter, or we can feed the external chemicals to the our soil cells. We can we have to use the water supplies exclusively, or we can the proper utilization of the water supplies, because sometimes or we have already studied in our theoretical or in the science subject. There are the three type of the water systems as available in the farming, but we have to use the water system or supply of the water in such a way that we cannot waste our water in the farming. So we can so control is in our hand. We can control the motors or through the automations or through the controlling systems. We can manage the quality of the input or the supply management. We can also control the economical utilizations of the input. So these are the thruster areas are available in the or research area are available in the agriculture field, and which I highlighted the area. So these are in our hand, or we can control that particular area. So these are the strategic resources management, how we are control or how we can contribute to the farming system. So I have already explained you how we can control on the land and soil systems, how we can control in the water systems, energy and the farming powers. Sometimes we can use energy, or we can save the energy, or we can plant the solar system in our farming system, so we can save the energy, or whatever the systems we are planting for the water supplies. If we are planting the some water or some motor systems if we have planted, or some automations if we are planting on our farm, then we have to use the energy system. So we can also plant the solar systems, so we can take the renewable energy source for our farming systems. And agriculture's we have to develop our advisor network, credit insurance, and human resources we have to implement. So I'm just taking some of the examples here. So currently this technologies are using in the farming systems, and some of the sensors I will doing some interface at our places. So basically this example is at the remote places. We can put this touch screen LED or touch screen sensor to the farming place, and farmers are whatever the farmers are doing at that place. So that particular data is available with the government, state government or the government of India. So these are the second example how the mobile enabled server gateway. So currently the government of India has launching some of the policies. If you are facing some of the problems, then you can take the pictures and you can upload it on the particular website, or you can send it to the government or state government and they are replying you how you can, or which chemical you have to feed into your land, how you can manage your farming systems, what type of the seeds you have to plant, or whatever the technology you will be used or you can be used in your farming system. So these are also already implemented. So benefit or the tracking systems. I have taken this example from the southern state of the Indian country. So these are the data you have to from government has already developed some of the portals. You have to just feed the file or filling the data, which crop you have already planted in your last year, which crop you have planted in your farm, or how many what are the productions, what are the losses, what are the factors you have faced, or what are the challenges you have faced. And the next year the government will guide you which crops you want you have to plant based on the machine learning or based on the artificial intelligence. So these are the tracking system or the website related activities already done in the southern state of the India. So this is the online farming machineries is also already implemented in the government. So I have captured some of the videos. These are the startups based, at our university. The final year students has developed some of the equipment for the plowing or cropping of the plant. you can see that, and then we can move forward to our sensor type of the system. So, I think, sorry, the video is not visible. The video is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
I think video is not playing. Okay, so just a minute, I can see on the YouTube channel. Okay, so
So no audio is there.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now you are audible, sir.
Okay, at some time I some of the portions or because I don't remember कि my mic is mute or not. Okay, so my camera visual is on. So you can see here, I have whatever you have seen in videos, I have also implemented particular system at our places. These are the soil moisture sensors. Uh, my videos is visible. Hello, my videos is visible.
No, sir. Actually, it is small response.
Actually, I do my videos through the mobile. Okay, now the video is visible or not?
No, sir, it's not visible.
Actually, I have used my another screen, not particular this.
A mobile like screen is being shown.
Okay, you can see the video of Raj.Hakani 1990.
Yes, sir, that is visible.
Yeah, so I have implemented particular that system at our places. This is the soil moisture sensors. You have already seen this sensor in videos. You can see that this is the silver plate on the sensor. Based on that, this silver plate will measure or it can measure the weight or the of the soils, and based on the they are creating the resistance and pass the electric. Now also uh, take three of the bowls here. My network is poor.
So video is gone.
Yeah, just a minute. Okay.
Sir, video is not visible.
Just a minute.
Video is not visible.
Now it is visible.
No, sir.
No.
Now it is visible.
Sir, we are unable to see your screen.
Not a screen. My camera is on because I am showing you the real
But
hardware
nothing is there, man.
which I have already implemented at our place. Restarting the video. I think there is some. Okay. Now, now you can see that particular. Now you can see that I have take one glass and I have take soils of at our places and I have put the water into it, and now I will test it this particular soil. How much water is already with my plant and or in my land or in my farm, and one more I have take the examples this is a dry type of the soil, so we can test both the soils at through the sensors. So I have put particular my sensor. Okay. So now you can see my video. Okay, I have put particular this sensor into the soil, and I'm doing some control. Okay. So basically, just a minute. I have to do some of the. Okay, there is a soil moisture sensors. Soil moisture, soil. Okay. So now I share my screen. So I have do some of the programming. I have put a particular sensor into the analog pin, and I'm reading the analog value key, how much the sensor will read the particular soil taste, or how much reading it will detect, and based on that sensors I'm just putting the value on my screen or some serial port monitor, or I can also take particular reading on my mobile as well. So I'm just interfacing particular that point. Just a minute. Okay, so just I'm doing the soil test here. One power supply pin is will be interfacing with my Arduino board. I will just a minute. I will do the connections, and I will show you in a through the video. With the green is with the power supply. This will be the ground pin, and one another wire will required. Okay. One another wire will require, and it will be connecting to the MLF pin. Okay. Okay. So I have done my connections here. I have taken one breadboard and one Arduino board, and this is the soil taste sensor, soil moisture sensors. So I am putting this particular sensor into the which I have taken the soils, and based on the particular soils, I can take the reading. I have already load this particular programming on the Arduino controller board, and you can see here the reading. This is the 483, 440 and something. And
So nothing is visible.
okay. Now when I drop one more motor, then my reading will be changed. So I have planted or I have dropped some water into the particular soil. So this reading will be a direct. The reading will be drastically changed. You can see that. I am taking some of more examples. This is some dry soils. I have taken some dry soils. So you can see that I have take off my sensor outside from the soil. So my reading will be directly changed. and I put it into the another soil. So you can see that my reading is also changed from 135 to or 200 nearby to 200 and etc. So you can taste your soil through the soil moisture sensors, and particular sensors you can control through the Bluetooth device as well. We can take some of type of the example, or we can control it through our the Bluetooth device. We can control it. So I can take the also examples, but first of all, I will do some hands-on on the rainfall sensors. Based on the rain, uh, uh, these are the rainfall sensors. So when the water will be dropping on the particular sensors, it will sense the water is available or not, because this is the digital app, digital type of the sensors. You can control it through the PWM pin, but right now this is a digital sensor, so it will sense water is drop on the sensor or not, and based on that you can control the motors. I have also I have also done this particular setups with me. I have bound one motor. When the water is dropping on the particular sensor, then particular this motor will be start the rotating, or you can control the flow of the water. We have one more sensors is available with me. This is a water tap sensors. You can put the water pipe here, and this water will be uh, control the flow of the water. So basically right now we are taking the example of the waterfall sensors. So I have just put down this particular sensor into the or mounted, and I have about the connection. Okay. So basically the I have to connect the sensors. I will explain you how you can be connected. Ground wire, and this is a signal wire, and I have to connect the signal wires. Okay. So one more examples, I have already programmed it. Okay. So basically my camera will be starting on or off. I don't know. Okay. So this is my Arduino controller. It might be a visible the screen. Okay, this is a controller, Arduino controller board, and this is the sensors. You can see that particular sensor.
Sir, we are not able to see your camera.
Just a minute. So now it is visible.
No.
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So whatever you are doing, you cannot see. What is the purpose, sir? Okay, now it is okay. Now we can see.
Okay. So this is my another sensor. This is the raindrop sensors I have connected. So it has a 3 pin: positive, negative, and one is the signal pin. This is a digital type of the sensor, so you can connect it with the digital pin of the Arduino controller. And I have multiple programmings I have done. He has control the motors as well, and sensor is also connected. So what I am doing here, my will detect the waters is available or not, and based on that, my inbuilt LED, it will detect through the LED connections, and or my motor will be rotating, and I'm just taking one of the examples. Right now, the program will be load. This is our sensors. I have do some programming and attaching in the pin number 7.
Cannot see the video.
Yeah, ma'am. Yes, sir, please.
We can see only your face,
Cannot
sir,
see the
not the
video.
instrument, whatever you're showing.
Sir, nothing is visible.
Sir, सिर्फ
Only
आपका
your
face दिख रहा है,
face is displaying on the screen.
To show the
Yeah,
activities, sir.
just a minute. I have just camera. I have.
Nothing is visible. Only your face is displaying on the screen.
Now face is also not visible.
Just a minute. Actually, I have turn on my another camera. Actually, I have visible that particular camera.
Yes, sir. Your face was visible, but not your presentation. What you are about to show.
But
Now we can see the presentation.
my another mobile screen is visible. Actually, I have seen that particular screen on the dashboard. Just a minute. राकेश भाई काम करो ना. हाँ. किती कर रहा हूँ पर. Okay, just a minute. Now the screen is visible. Hello.
No, sir, no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The thing we can see.
Yeah,
You can see the
visible,
equipment.
sir. We can
That
yes,
is-
we can see
yeah.
the-
But make it full screen.
Okay, my screen is. I think my screen is now visible.
Yes, sir. Now setup can be seen.
Okay, so I have mounted one raindrop sensors here. It has a 3 pin. One is positive pin, one is negative pin, and one is the signal pin. And positive and negative pin are connected with the Arduino board, and signal pin is also connected with the Arduino board, but it is the digital pin. So I have connected this particular pin with the and I'm just showing my share, or I am sharing my screen here. My programming is there. This is my program. I have mounted the particular pin into the pin number 7, and I have inside the white setup I have write the one program is that the sensor will be the input sensor, and I have to whatever I have to capture from the environment, that particulars, or we have to write as a input device, and on what parameters or on what the sensors or what devices we have to write the program, or we have to control that particulars, we have to control, or we have to write a program as an output device, because we want to control particular devices, and whatever we take the or we have to sense from the environment, that particular sensor or particular equipment we have to write as an input device. So programming I have also done in such a way my raindrop sensor as an input, and controlling device, or in which I have to control the LEDs on the motor, so it will be my output device. So what I am doing here, I have read the reading of the sensors, and the sensor reading will be low, then my LED will be high, and my reading will be low, then my LED will be also low. So particular, you can see that here in the screen, my LED screen right now, there is no water. So my inbuilt LED, you can see here, my LED will be on. But now when I drop down one water, actually, I've just taken the water, and when the water will be there, then the LED will be off. You can see here, my LED will be off. So what are the things? When the water is not here, so that at that time my LED will be on. The screen is, I think now you can see that this LED is on. Right now there is no water, but now my hand is with the weight, and I have taken some water on my hand, and I just put down on the raindrop sensor, so my LED will be off.
Sir, setup is
So
not
you can
visible.
control it. Now you can see that you can control, or you can,
Sir, your setup is not.
if you mount that particular sensor in your farm and rainfall is that, then you can off your
Sir, setup is
motors
not
or
visible.
yeah,
Excuse me,
yeah,
sir.
please.
Setup is not visible. Setup is not
I
visible.
think it is visible because on the dashboard I can see the screen.
It's visible, sir.
It's not visible, sir. Now it's so visible.
Now it is visible, right?
Now it is visible.
Okay. So I am taking. I am explaining once again. I have mounted a one raindrop sensor is here, and right now my LED is here is on. Okay, my LED is on, and my hand is right now with the water. So when I put the water into the sensors, then my LED will be off. Right now you can see here my LED will be off. When I can just complete the waters, then my LED will be, right now my LED will be on. Now you can see that. Now it is visible or not?
Yes, sir, it is visible. Yes.
Okay. So I have interfacing on a raindrop sensor, as well as I have also soil moisture sensors. So you can interface both the sensor at the same time, and in your farm, and you can control it. If the water rainfall is there, then rainfall sensor will measure the waters, and you can control it, or you can control the water flow and through the soil. If the dry soil is there, then you can control your motors. Also you can control it through the your Bluetooth devices, or your through the SMS device, or through your mobile. There is some another example, but right now I am controlling it through the Bluetooth devices. I have note down one setup here with me. This is a Bluetooth device. So there is a 4 pin. Every USB has a 4 pin: positive, negative, receiver, and transmitter. So it can transmit the data, as well as it will be receive the data. So this is the Bluetooth module. You can also control the Bluetooth, or you can pass the signal through your mobile phone, as well as through the another Bluetooth devices. So I have mounted these particular devices on the here, and I'm interfacing this particular devices into the interface it with my Arduino board. So VCC, ground. Just a minute. I will do my setup. So this will be the VCC pin. Okay. So this is the VCC pin. Red is my ground pin. So I have connected it with the ground. Okay. This is the transmitter pin. So transmitter pin is goes to the transmitter, and this will be the receiver pin. So receiver pin will be connected with the receiver. Okay. So my setup is I have completed my setup, but right now I'm sharing my screen to explain you the program.
Sir, we are not able to understand this.
Just a minute, I will explain you. What you cannot understand, or Arduino board or sensors.
Sensors, sir.
Okay. Which sensors you cannot understand?
Sir,
Are
I
you
think
facing?
due to some technical problem, please, if it is possible, can you please repeat this thing again? Sensors.
Okay, but raindrop sensor. Raindrop sensor or the ultra or right now I am using the
Raindrop
Bluetooth
sensor,
device.
sir. Raindrop sensor.
Okay, raindrop sensors. Okay. So actually this is the raindrop sensor. It has a 3 pin, positive, negative, and the signal pin. Signal pin is a digital pin. So when the rain, these are the silver plate. You can see on the screen. Just a minute. My screen is visible or not? First of all. Okay. Okay, so my screen is right now. You can see my screen. Okay, this is the raindrop sensors. You can see the silver plate here. So when the raindrop or the water drop is on the particular silver plate, so it will detect the uh, particular through the chemical process. It will detect the raindrop or the water is available nearby the sensors, and it will detect and it will pass the control to the controller board. The same concept is in the soil moisture sensor. In the soil moisture sensor is also there are I have already shown you. There is also silver plate are on the mounted on the particular sensor, and when the okay, yeah, this is the sensors. So also the silver plate is also available here. Wet soil or the dry soil is it will be detected. So based on that, it will pass the signal to the controller board. So the concept is here. The silver will detect the conductivity. Basically, concept is the conductivity. You also know the gold and the silver is the best conductor for the. It is the best conductor. So when the water is nearby to the when the water is near or when the water is particular connect to the in the silver plate, so this is the conductor, so it will detect the water is coming, and this is the dry soil or this is the wet soil, as well as the particular this raindrop sensor is capturing the raindrop and the water. So based on that, it will pass the signal to the controller. Now I think you can understand the concept of the particular sensor.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So I am moving the some type of the IoT type of the connections. So this is my Bluetooth devices. It has every Bluetooth or every uh, communication type of the equipment like a Zigbee, like a Bluetooth, or like we can say that the USB connector. It has a 4 pin. One is a positive pin, one is a negative pin, one is transmit pin, and one is the receive pin. The function of the transmitter pin is to transmit the data to the another equipment or another devices. The function of the receiver pin is to receive the data from the external or through the internal devices. Same like I have interfaced this particular devices to the Arduino board, and I can control it. I have you can see my screen. I have wrote one program here. So this is the Bluetooth control LED. So what here I am doing this? We have inbuilt LED at Arduino board. So we have to control the LED there. So I have put I have wrote the program in such a way that I can control the LED. When I will write the 1, then my LED will be on, and when I will write a 0, then my LED will be off. I will control it through my mobile Bluetooth devices. So I have turned on my Bluetooth on my mobile phone, and when I wrote 0, so my LED will be off. Just a minute, I stop sharing my screen so you can clearly visit. So I can control my LED. You can see here. This is my LED. Right now the LED will be off. I can control it through my mobile phone. When I write 1, then my LED will be on. Currently it's not connected. Just a minute. Actually, my I am facing some problem with my Bluetooth. Okay, so I am okay controlling this devices through the signal. When I pass the signal to the 1, then my LED will be on, and if I wrote or if I pass the 0 signal, then my LED will be off. So you can control the any devices through the controller or through your Bluetooth. You can also control your devices through the Zigbee port also, because there is some limitation of the Bluetooth device, because you can control the Bluetooth device or the range of the Bluetooth is up to 10 meters or up to 5 meters based on the range of the Bluetooth. So you can control if you are interfacing these things through the Zigbee, then the range of the Zigbee is up to 750 meters or up to 1 kilometers. But if you are using your Wi-Fi router, so you can control it across the world where the internet connectivity is available. So this is the IoT type of the concept. So, and we can also, if we are implementing the mobile module, so we can say that this is the GPS module or the GSMS module, or SIM 800 or SIM 900. So you can control it through the transmitting some SMS. If you type the SMS turn on or turn off through your text message. So also you can control control it, any equipment at the remote places. If you are at your home and you have plant or equipment, some of the equipment at your farm, and at your home, you can see that through the automations, the sensor will detect the water or the soil taste and pass. You can see it on your mobile phone, and when you can pass the text message, turn on or turn off. So it will be transmitted to the remote places, and at your farm, the equipment or motor will be turned on and turned off. So these are some type of the technology you can interface with the agriculture field.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah,
Sir,
please.
which application can we use for the control the Bluetooth device from mobile?
Actually, for the Android phone, so Bluetooth terminal is available. If you
BP
Bluetooth, if you want to control only Bluetooth, then the Bluetooth terminal is available. So there are some more application is also available.
Okay.
There are inbuilt LED, there are inbuilt motors are also available. So multiple applications are available, but basic application is the Bluetooth terminal.
Okay, sir. Sir, one more question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, how much area can we cover for uh, for the drop sensor and the soil moisture sensor with the help of?
Basically, I have shown the example. So this is the basic type of the sensors. So based on that particular sensors, you can cover up to 4 or 5 feet distance, or we can say the circumference or the radius of the particular sensor is 5 to 6 feet. But if you are going to the higher version of the soil moisture sensors is also available. So you can cover it through the larger area up
Okay.
to some extra type of the areas. But you have to purchase, or you have to develop some of the wider range or wider capacity of the range, particular sensors. I have shown the one example is the Bluetooth. So the range of the Bluetooth is 10 meters. So you can control it up to the 10-meter distance. But if you are implementing the Zigbee, so you can control it from the 1 kilometer far away. But if you are using the LoRa type of the concept, LoRa Wi-Fi,
Okay,
so
sir.
you can control any devices from the 5 or 10 kilometers from the away. And if you are going from the IoT side, so this is the Internet of Things. So you can control the devices across the world where the internet connection is available. So
Okay.
through the you can control the any devices across the world.
Right, sir.
So actually, I have completed my theoretical portions and some of the practical portions. Now, if you have any doubts, so you can ask me, or because there is some through the online, I cannot do some more experiment here because you can also not visible, and this type of the sensor is not available on the simulation, so I cannot show the simulation type of the demo at the simulations or Tinkercad or the Proteus. But you can also use the Proteus as well. Okay, one more example I can show you on the Tinkercad. So water level indicators I have developed. If you have planted the water tank at your farm, and you can measure the control level or the water level of your water tank, how much empty or how much water is filled in the water tank. My screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Yes, sir. Now it's-
Okay. So I have developed some of the some simulations here, but assuming that you can also implement the PIR sensor and the ultrasonic sensors to capture the unwanted activity of the human and the animals. because I have already shown you in the one slide key animals are also affecting factors in farming, because they are if they are they are harmful for, or they are just feed, they are taking or they are harmful, and we are also some of the insects are also harmful for your crops. So these are the affecting parameters, but I have shown one programs here. So this is a water level indicator. I have wrote the one program. So this is the I have assuming that this is my local farm, and this is my motor. I have, once my water level will be up to certain, my tank will be empty, then my upper side water level or water pump will be turned on, and I can fill my tanks, as well as I put some of the ultrasonic sensors here to capture the unwanted human activity as well as the animal activity and the buzzer. If unwanted activity is planned, then it will be alert me through the buzzer system. So you can see, but I have take the examples here as a water level. When my distance will be larger, then my LED will be turned on and turned off. So particular, I have did particular these things at some remote places is here. So you can also use this type of the examples. Or simulations, so you can also do some simulations in the Tinkercad as well as in the Proteus software. So lots of sensors are available, and lots of things are also available. You can see that. When the empty place is there, then my red LED is on. Buzzer will be indication. My green LED or yellow LED will be indication point. So I have measured the level of the water through the ultrasonic sensor, because particular I am just implementing the so you can also make this type of the small type of the project at your colleges. So thank you everyone. I am closing my presentations here. So if you have any doubts, so you can ask me, because I have already informed you key I cannot explain you every sensors here, but if you want to see, then I can show you the sensor as well as the some of the motors I have right now is available with me and in my lab. So if you want to see that, so particular I can show you. Otherwise, if you have any questions, so you can ask me. Do you have any question?
Hello, sir.
Hello? Yeah.
Sir, I want to ask a question, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, actually, suppose some of the school students are asking about how to demonstrate a robo workshop or robo practical. So what is a simple way to demonstrate in front of them in a computer lab?
Okay, in a computer lab, so you can use the M block is also available. Just I am showing you the M block. So it is a something like as a Tinkercad, but in a M block we have they are also inbuilt robot type of the devices and the robotic hand. So you have to just do some programming over there, and you can show the demonstration on the robotics or hands-on experiment. One more example I can show you, the virtual lab. So this virtual lab is a website is developed by the government of India, MHRD, and some of the IITs are handling the particular this laboratory. So there are some of the examples are also available in the virtual platform. So robotics
Please,
hands
can
are
you
also
share the
available.
link of these virtual lab and M block?
Sir, if you write in a Google VLab or virtual lab, so first link you can find it. Just a minute, I will show you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So MBlock, if you write in a Google, so in the first link you can find the MBlock examples, and if you write a VLab or a virtual lab, so you can find the virtual labs here. So multiple examples are also available. You can explaining in your school levels, as well as some of the physics examples are also available. So you can also demonstrate particular these examples at your particular schools levels, as well as in your college. Some of the lasers are heat and heat transfer. Some of the glasses examples are also available. If you are going to the IIT Roorkee and IIT Kanpur lab, so robotics examples are also available. Particular that lab is developed by the IIT Delhi, Professor S.K. Saha sir.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, so any more questions if you want to ask?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Sir, I have a question. Let's say if we want to implement robotics in our school, and in Tinkercad, sir, there are so many sensors. Let's say we have a Arduino a microcontroller, and we want some sensors so that we can tell our students how we can make some very simple robots. As you have shown us the example of this agriculture thing. So, sir, is there any kit available wherein all the such sensors and the Arduino kit will be available, or we will have to order them separately?
Ma'am, actually kits are also available, but I can suggest you you can just explain the principle or the basic things to your students, and let them do some practice, or let them do some of the develop some type of the robots, because the kits are also available. But the kits, the costing of the kits, if you are buying the particular kit, for just let's say some simple example, the obstacle avoidance robot. If
Right,
you are
sir.
purchasing the obstacle avoidance robot, if you are purchasing through the some e-commerce website, or if you are buying through some of the IITs or NITs, the costing for the particular kit is 2000 to 3000 cost. But if you are explaining the concept of the ultrasonic or obstacle avoiding robot, so you have to just mount the ultrasonic sensors, some type of the you have to control some type of the DC motors, and if you are buying the component, so component costing is up to 500 or maximum 700, including the Arduino board. And I'm 100% sure it will be available in your Tinkercad, and you can develop your own kit. So if you are buying or purchasing 2000 or 3000 costing of the kit, so and also you can develop particular kit at your school levels at 700 or 800 rupees. So our concept is to train the students, not to do the some spoon feeding.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So any more questions? Okay. Thank you, everyone. And with the permission of the coordinator, I want to announce something, some important instructions. If the coordinator will allow me. Gajendra sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Actually, we have also planned some FDB in the next week. That is 27 to 31st October, and we are exclusively put 3 or 4 sessions for the Tinkercad, particularly in which we are starting from the basic Arduino board to the up to some certain limited some minor type of the projects. So if some of the faculties are interested, so you can join, or you can take the part in a particular FDP. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Gajendra sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Kani sir, for such a wonderful session. And as we know that you have taken your best uh, for showing us all the things practically. And I hope all the participants have benefited from that. Thank you so much.